and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Anne-Fleur. I'm a knitter and sewist from the Netherlands, and today will just be a regular knitting podcast. So I'll first be talking about my finished objects and my whips, and in the end some planning new acquisitions. I actually do not have any sewing from January, so it will just be everything I knit in January this time. So grab a coffee or a knit and let's talk knitting. So finished objects. My first finished object is my Lace Pullover by Ozetta. It's a pretty well-known pattern. It has saddle shoulders, lovely neck details. The only modification I did actually is I shortened the neckline. It is supposed to be a bit longer, like 5 centimeters I believe. I only did 3 or 4. So it's a bit shorter, more like crew neck than a mock neck. And yeah, this is the first time actually I did my ribbing inside out, and it is the neatest thing ever. So I did do it inside out by doing 1 German short row or double stitch to turn your work inside out, and then I just purled my purl stitches and did my knit stitches through the back loop, so it's still a bit tighter than it would be if it was just regular this one purl one. So it's looking pretty neat and I love that. It just looks like a store-bought sweater now, and I absolutely love this sweater. I love the color. I cannot tell you the yarn I used because I used a cone of yarn, and I bought that yarn on Vinted and it did not have any name or label or anything. I do know it's mostly alpaca. It has some polyamide in it, which I do not love, but for durability it is great. And it's soft. It's super soft, so it isn't as scratchy. So absolutely love this sweater, the Lace Pullover by Ozetta. I'm not going to put in any clips from me wearing it because I'm not feeling very well and I do not feel like it. So I hope you think this is okay, me showing my finished object. I also hope you can see everything. The lighting here in the Netherlands is very bad. The days are very grey for the last couple of weeks, so I did put on a light over there and I hope that it fixes a bit of the darkness in my home, but I don't know. I'll just have to look with editing, but I hope you can see and hear everything. Okay, my next finished object, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. It's the Lana Vest by Irene, but I did a modification because it is supposed to be a vest, so close up knitting around, but I made it more like a, I don't know what the word is. In the Netherlands we would call it a gilet. But basically I made a button band. It can open, I can wear it open or close. I mostly wear it close, honestly, but it flows really nicely because of the one button. So this is open, and when you move it opens or closes, so that's pretty nice, I think. It has some lovely cabling all over. One big braid in under the armholes. And one thing I also love about this is she does a lateral braid before you do the ribbing. So it looks really neat. It's just one crisp line before you do the ribbing. So the yarn I used I do not know what it's called, but it's from Hey Mama Bear. That's an Irish brand, and I bought it here in the Netherlands. It is soft. It's softer than I thought it would be, because before blocking it was a bit scratchy, and it really softens a lot after blocking. And one thing I also love, I do not know if you can see that, is that there are colorful specks in there. So it's like a tweed yarn, and it has all types of different color specks. So dark blue, red, orange, green, white even. I hope you can tell. And if not, I'll put in a picture. So that's my Lana vest, and I have worn it a lot lately. It's just the easiest thing to throw on with a white long sleeve tee underneath, and then just some jeans and the Lana vest. So that's great. It's just an easy outfit, as is it with my Lakes pullover, also pretty easy. So that's my Lana vest. I do have a lot of finished objects from January, but that's also because my aim was to finish a lot of my whips in January. And I did, so that's great. Next is my Waffle hat. It's a pattern made by Lias, that's her name on Instagram. And it's part of a set. You can also knit the scarf. You can both buy it separately or in a set. And I test knitted the hat for her. It's this lovely shade of green. It has this waffly texture. And I'll put it on for your reference. Don't mind my hair. I didn't do anything about it, so okay. I might just keep this on for the rest of the video. It's super comfy, it's soft. I used, the recommended yarn is Cardiff Cashmere, but I used Lamana Como, which is also a great substitute. The only thing I had to do was size down a quarter of a needle size. So instead of 3.5mm needles, I used 3.25mm needles. And that's basically it. It is a super cute hat. It's one of the first hats I've knit for myself, because all the other hats I've knit are for family. I've knit for family or my husband. So this is one of the first hats for myself, and I actually love it. So I'm just gonna keep it on. Okay, and my last finished object is actually the thing I'm wearing. It's my, so let's get my hair out of the way. My Pamina cardigan by Gregoria Fibers. As soon as I saw the picture of her Pamina and the test knit and someone else's version on Instagram, I decided I needed to knit that. So it's an all over cabled and just stockinette cardigan. It has saddle shoulders. You knit those first, and so this is the back neckline. Also double knit button band, which I think is so neat. I've done those a lot, but every time you do it, you think like, wow, that looks so neat. I used Drops Extra Fine Merino, which is a great yarn. But the only thing I don't like about it is that I always get the recommended yarn and then I never have enough. So I do not learn from my mistakes, and I make the same mistake every time. So I played Yarn Chicken on this one, and I luckily won, but it wasn't a fun experience at all. Also, one thing about this yarn is that I did not meet gauge, so I knit a size 3, but I think it's more of a size 4 in the end. It is super soft though, it's superwash merino, so I'm curious about the shape, if it will keep its shape. And otherwise I'll just wash and block it again. The sleeves came out a bit too long, but I think that's also a gauge problem, because I just did everything the pattern said, but my gauge was off, so it might be a bit too long. But that's okay, it's cozy, it's warm, I'm keeping cozy and warm in it, so that's a winner. One thing about this pattern is that the body is fully knit in right side and wrong side rows on and off, and that really did not motivate me to knit on this. It took so long. I think I've knit a total of 4 months on this. I started shortly after we came back from Portugal, and it was in October, so 3-4 months, and that's long for me, but I finished it. It was my goal to finish it in January, and I finished it in January, so that's great, and I love wearing it now. It's easily stylable because it's dark brown, so it goes with everything, and that's great. So those were all of my whips. No, all of my finished objects. And now let's get into my whips. I currently have 4 active whips. I do have like 2 whips in hibernation, but that's okay, I'll get to it when I get to it. These are my 4 most active whips. My aim is to have 1 stockinette mindless knit, 1 thing I can knit on the go, so like accessories or something I can knit on the train, and 1 more challenging knit. And I actually do not meet that goal right now. I do have 1 knit for on the go. I do have 2 stockinette knits and maybe 1 challenging knit, but I do not find it that challenging, so but you'll see. Okay, the first thing is my Levitate wrap. I actually knit this before. I knit it in a cobalt blue back then, but I did not know what gauge swatches were yet, so it was way too small and too short. So I'm knitting it again, this time in a grey, which is a color I am beginning to love. I figured out that it actually looks great on me, so why not make something grey then. And I'm knitting this in drops air and drops alpaca, which makes it super soft. But I'm afraid that it is going to pill a lot, but we'll see about that. So the Levitate wrap. And one thing I have to say about this pattern is it's quick, it's mindless, but it gets boring pretty fast, and that's all in my head, of course. And another thing is my torso is pretty long, so my upper body is pretty long in comparison to my legs. I have short legs. So, and this is something I have to take in consideration for myself, is that I have to add length to the body. So, as I said, my last Levitate wrap was too short, but this is actually also getting to be a bit short, and I do not know if I love that. I can of course wear it with high-waisted jeans and then it will be fine, but I just love if something is low enough, so when I'm sitting in leaning on the table or something, and then I do not have like a gap on my back where it's cold. But I did a knit block on the body, and maybe I can stretch it a bit more when I do the final block, so I'll see about that. But for now, I don't think it's too bad. It's not as short as my last Levitate wrap was. So that is my Levitate wrap, and it's getting along nicely. I still have to do half a sleeve and then another sleeve, of course, and I still have to do the straps. I just put these stitches on hold, and I still have to do the other one for the other side. So my Levitate wrap, I hope to finish this one soon, because it will be perfect for spring. And I hope spring is around the corner here in the Netherlands. I do not know. Sometimes it's March when it's getting sunny out and nice weather, and sometimes it's April or May. So we'll just have to see. Next up is my whip for on the go. And I have actually talked about this whip in a podcast before. It is my Mono Swirly Waves scarf by Mono Knit Editions. You cannot see it, I think, because it's dark brown and it's dark in here. But basically, I've knit this before. This exact shade and yarn. This is Cardiff Cashmere, but I have a pup in my house. She is curled up on the couch over there, and when she was home alone, my scarf was laying around the house, and that's a great lesson for me. I have to clean up after myself. And she got to my scarf and she bit like this big of a hole in it. So I ripped back the entire scarf because it was at the beginning, and I salvaged whatever yarn I could salvage. I did have some leftover yarn, so I hope this will be enough for my new Mono Swirly Wave scarf, but we'll just have to see. But this is actually a great on-the-go project. I have knit this on one of my train rides, 3-hour train rides, and I think if I do 2 or 3 more train rides, it will be finished. So that's great. And when this is done, I already have a new project I want to knit on these exact needles, which is the Stockholm hat in like a bright red. So, but I will come to that when I get to my plans and acquisitions for February. Okay, this my Mono Swirly Wave scarf. Okay, next up is and this was kind of an impulsive cast on, and also a yarn was also impulsive. Basically I saw Molly Knits do winter pullover in this exact shade, and I went to my local yarn store and I actually wanted the chocolate brown color, but they did not have it in stash, so I chose this marled color. It's the Matisse by Vetusaria Rosa Pomar. It's super soft, just wool. It might have some alpaca in it, I'm not sure. This is how far I've got this far. I finished the back. It's curling up a bit. And now I'm doing the front. I just joined the left and the right. And now I just have to do some back and forth knitting until I can join under the arms. I actually did not meet gauge. So I'm knitting one size bigger than I wanted to knit because my gauge was too small. like really small. So I believe the recommended ease for this is 40 centimeters, and I think I will get 30 centimeters with one size bigger than I wanted to knit, so if that makes sense. But it's a lovely knit. It's just mindless when I'm watching something or just want to do some mindless knitting. I can knit on this, and that's great. I do not have to look at a pattern or something. I can just knit away. So yeah, I'm really curious when this is finished how it will look, if this color suits me. Does it? I'm not sure, but I do love this color because it has all kinds of different shades in it, so it's cute. Okay, one last whip, and I have to get this out of the bag because it's also a bit hibernating. I'm not working actively on it now, but that's mostly because I'm pretty sure I do not have enough yarn, and that really annoys me. It doesn't make the knitting more fun when you know you do not have enough yarn. So, but I'll just have to see. It is pretty though. Okay, this is my Daydreamer cardigan. I'm this far. I'm knitting the sleeves first now because I wanted to see if how much yarn I would need for the sleeves, and then I can knit the body. And if I do not have enough yarn for the button plackets and the ribbing, then I might order some extra yarn, and then it's not that bad if it's another dyeing a lot. So, okay, it's a bit tangled up. I think about it now. But I'm knitting this in Bichet at Boucher, lamb's wool and mohair. One thing I actually do not love about this is that these are the exact same shades, but this mohair has a lighter color in it, and it really shows in your final fabric. So I'm not sure if I like that or not. I do not hate it. It's the color dark gold, which I think is so pretty. It's actually a Susanna dupe for the Emily cardigan, am I saying that right? And it's coming along nicely. I hope I do have enough yarn. We'll see. Okay, so those were all of my whips. I'm just putting this one away. So now we can get into acquisitions and plans for February. So the first thing I want to knit in February is, or get started on in February, is the Stockholm hat by Petiteknit in this shade of bright red. I'm a bit hesitant when it comes to bright colors. I like muted colors more, as you can see. But I do want to knit some bright accessories, like a bright red hat, a bright red scarf, a bright blue scarf, a bright blue hat maybe, I'm not sure. But my bright red hat will be the first thing. So it's this is Drops Daisy by Drops, and it's super soft. I'm curious to see what it will turn out and if I will like it. I do know red suits me, so I think it will be fine. Right, that's number one. The second thing is I want to knit the book club cardigan by so I can get to her name. Okay, I will put it up on the screen, but if I say book club cardigan, you know who I mean. In Vovo by Ravelry paired with their Mondine. I ordered the Mondine because I do not have that in stash, but I bought this actually on Vinted secondhand. So secondhand Vovo in this lovely shade of like rusty brown, which is also a color that suits me very well. So I do know some colors that suit me. I do not know about all of them. I also know a lot of colors that do not suit me, but I still like them. So maybe that's just, you shouldn't mind too much about your color palette. Just knit in the colors you like. Okay. So the book club cardigan, and I'm part of a knit along on Instagram. It's really small, like 10 people. And we're knitting all sorts of book club things, like a book club cardigan, book club sweater, and I saw Sari Nordlund, that's her name, that she's also working on a raglan version, so curious about that, but I will be knitting the cardigan version. And next up is my, I'm not sure about the name, and that's annoying. I'll put it up on the screen, combined with a picture. Basically, it's a colorwork sweater with these three colors. It's Ulrika Natur by Zwarte Varet, and this is the main color, and then this is the color that is used more than this color. I'm not sure how I can say that differently. I'm actually not sure about this red. I'm really, when it's red, I need the right shade of red. So I do love this shade of red. It's like bright pop of color, and you can see the difference. So I might like this better. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it. I actually have to think about if I want to knit this sweater at all. I was really excited about it at first, but I'm not really feeling it anymore. So I'm not sure. I also like this combination. That might be more me. I do have Ulrika in this shade, so why knit this when you're not sure, and you can knit this and you're totally sure and love the color combination? Maybe I shouldn't be too hard on myself and just knit it in this combination. Okay, I'll think about it. And one last thing I am going to knit is the Mono Lines cardigan by Mono Stitches. I'm part of her test knitting group, but I do not have my yarn yet, and so I can't say anything more about that. I am going to knit it in a very dark navy blue. I've knit with that color before and I absolutely loved it, but it was a gift knit for my mom, so I'm knitting it for myself this time, and that's cool. Okay, so that's everything from me today. I hope you enjoyed. I saw that my last video had almost 1,000 views, and I have to thank you all for that. YouTube is something I just started, and I'm not sure about my content yet. I might want to share some other things than knitting only, like some travel vlogs now and then. I still have my footage from Portugal and I would love to share, so let me know if you want to see that. So that's it for today. I'll see how I will do my YouTube in the future. It might change a bit, it might stay the same. I also am really insecure about my content, and that's just a me thing. Just a me thing. I'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. If you love this video, please consider subscribing. Comment what you are working on right now. I would love to know. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.